Hi everyone. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. We're going to get started with just a recap of what I spent my money on this week, or rather what we spent our money on, my husband and me. Anyway, we're going to start with Thursday the 29th. So it was kind of the start of our budgeting week. And we went out to dinner. It was our 16th wedding anniversary. And the three of us went out, my husband, my kiddo, and me. And we spent $75, which I had budgeted for. I actually saved 70, but 75 is pretty close, right? So I went a little over budget, but that's fine. It was a nice dinner. We got some pretty nice desserts. It was good. On the following Friday, the next day, the kiddo and I went strawberry picking bright and early in the morning to a strawberry farm. It was about a 30-minute drive from our house. It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of sun. But the strawberries were delicious, and we picked over 10 pounds of strawberries for $35. I also paid our mortgage that day because we got paid that day. I pay the mortgage the last payday of the month, and we had a magic month this time around, so I paid the mortgage that day. I do it online. Saturday was July 1st, so that was the end of June. Now we're on July 1st. It was a no spend day. Sunday was also a no spend day. We didn't do anything this weekend. We hung out. Kiddo played in his inflatable pool in the backyard. We went to the splash pad and brought a lunch, and we spent like 6 hours total this weekend at the splash pad. It's a park that's close to our place, and we just brought, a picnic, and it was hung out in the shade. It was great, and we didn't spend any money. On Monday, I took the kiddo to the indoor playground near our house, and that was $10, plus I got a soda, so that's all kind of included. That cross out as snacks, because I just lumped the soda in with the indoor playground cost. And then we went to Target, and I spent $100. That was our grocery money, the cat food money, and a couple other miscellaneous things. On Tuesday, the 4th of July, Independence Day, was a no spend. It poured rain in the morning, which we really needed the rain, so I was actually pretty happy to see that. And we let the kiddo play in the rain, and he loved it. He actually hasn't had that much opportunity to play in the rain, because it hasn't been all that rainy the last few summer, and he's only 6. So he went out and he splashed around in the pouring rain, and he had a great time. It was, in the morning. And then we just decided to stay home. My husband didn't have to work. I didn't have to work. And we just hung out. We went outside a little bit after the rain, but it was still pretty wet outside. And we played video games inside most of the day, and we had so much food in the house from this Target shop that we just kind of noshed all day. It was kind of great, really relaxing. And yeah, not exactly the most, festive of days, but it was relaxing, and that's, to me, a great way to celebrate. Anyway, on Wednesday, earlier today, so today it's the end of the day on Wednesday, and I spent just under $12 on Etsy for something that I saw and I kind of needed to have. When it arrives, I'll open it up. And that's it for my past week of spending. We'll move on. I'll come back next week, and I will go over the 6th through the 12th. But for now, we're going to get rid of this. Oh, I want to tell you the stickers. This no spend, comes from Mel's Budget Designs, and these two both come from 307 Design Studios. All right, I didn't have a whole lot of money left over. I took it out of my wallet already instead of fumbling around with that. And I have a bunch of change, which I will deal with off camera. and I had $7, one of which is an H-buck. So before we do anything else, I'm going to deal with this H-buck because otherwise I will forget. So I've got my H-buck challenge here. This comes from Reinventing Rene. Everything, all channels and shops will be linked to in the description below. H is for nephew in my case here. And we're going to do an orange one, and it's just one, so I don't see a lot of H-buck. I was getting a few for a while, but then it kind of dried up. So I've completed this once, which I need to figure out where I'm going to keep these or if I'm just going to cash them in and give them the cash. We just kind of thought it was a fun little thing to do for our nephew. We only have the one nephew. The only, one niece or nephew, and it just happens to be a nephew. And so we just thought we'd save H for him because his name starts with H. Okay, H-buck is dealt with. Next item of business. We got $6 more. I'm just going to add this into my cash stuffing for this week. So that means I don't actually know the total because I can't do it in my head. We've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 166. But then we also have some challenge money that I am going to, you know what, I'll do that separate because that's going actually somewhere specific. So this will be for this week's spending as well as a couple of savings challenges that I've been working on. First things first, we're going to do grocery money. I do 90 for groceries, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. $90 goes into groceries, but before we stuff that into my grocery envelope, into my wallet, I'm going to play Roll Your Luck. Roll Your Luck comes from Jerry at One Frugal Introvert. And I play this with my grocery money just to shave a little bit off the top to save a little bit extra. So let's play my little thing here. I got a question what this was. This is actually just one of those little kind of puffy stickers. And I laminated this so it comes off easily. All right, so here we go. 1. Oh, we landed on a Sammy. All right, so I'm gonna roll again and double whatever I land on. That is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, all right, that's $16. Because 8 times 2 is 16. Okay. I can make that work. $74. I can do that. I've had less. Oh wait, this goes into groceries. This goes into the Roll Your Luck envelope, which is right here. I just took the envelopes out of the binder for right now so I didn't have to fumble with the whole binder and all the envelopes that I wasn't going to be using this time. How much do we have in here? Oh, let's see. Oh, there we go. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $111. $11. Anyway, that was pretty nerdy. That's Roll Your Luck from One Frugal Introvert. And this I will put in my grocery envelope. All right, food. It's 70. I'll get it. $76. Don't worry, I covered up all my cards here. Shopping is my spending money, and I put 15 in that for the week. And pets, which I just bought a bunch of cat food for her. Oh, I never unstuffed that. That needs to go back to the bank. Get that out of the way. And miscellaneous, I'll get 10. So yeah, I spent money on cat food last week, which is why I stuffed cat food, the pet's envelope. But this week, she's got plenty. So she's getting old. She doesn't actually eat that much anymore. She eats plenty. She's just slowing down. All right, that was my weekly wallet. Next, we're going to deal with this cash, which is all jumbled up here. All right. So, what are we going to do with this? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put $15 towards my dental savings, and I'm going to color in with teal, if I can find my teal marker. Which I can't, so I'm going to use green, which I've used before. So 15 is 3 of these C's, and so I'm going to do that right now. Okay. If you're new here, or it's been a while since you've seen any of my videos, the dental savings is for some dental work that, it's elective dental work, but it's dental work nonetheless that I am saving up the cash for. And this is a free printable that I will link for you in the description below. I created it to make it just a little less, the dental work a little less painful, maybe. I don't know. He's kind of cute. So anyway, color by saving, that is $15 going into my, oh no, envelopes everywhere, into my Fix the Tooth envelope. Let's do that. And I'm not going to count this time. Next time I'll count it. I know there's like $600 in there, right? Something like that. Anyway, that does need to go into the bank with a placeholder, which I will do another day. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a scratch off. I've been working on completing this one, and it is, I do this on game night with a dice, but now I'm just going to go with what the next one is. 15, all right. $15 going into this $100 savings. I've been just calling it my rainbow savings. This comes from Moonberry Melodies on Etsy, and yeah, save me $100 when all is said and done. So let's see how close we are. We got 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, 76, 77, 78. So I am $22 away with 4 more to go. So those generally will probably be fairly small, law of averages, right? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I go back into its envelope. And next up is this this hot air balloon challenge from Madeline Budgets, and I have $21 to give to this today, which is kind of crazy. So I'm going to do a 1, which is one of these. And 2 10s. All right. There we go. And I am doing a terrible job of coloring in this beautiful challenge. I also printed it off really small. It normally is an 8.5 by 11 size sheet of paper, but I shrunk it down so it would fit in my envelope. So this is getting $22, and I am getting really close to being done with this challenge. It will save $2.15 when it's all completed. Let's find out how much is in there now. We got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. $135. So that means I am $80 away from being complete, or from having this complete, right? All right, that is Hot Air Balloon from Madeline Budgets. Okay, now on to redistributing the complete savings challenges that I completed on game night. I finished another board, page, whatever, of Shut the Box, and I did a half-seas version, so there's only $41 here. And I've completed Star Chaser, which is just like a board game type thing that is on my Etsy shop, and this saved 96. So we are going to move these aside and drop these in here. And this is all going into, I'll show you in a second once I get this done. It's all going into my holiday binder. Now this binder, oops, excuse me. This binder I made, it's got 15, I think, but generally has 14 envelopes with different holidays, and they're all unique envelopes. And I've been using this to save for the different occasions throughout the year. I started, I don't think I started with Valentine's Day this year, although I have started saving for it. I think Easter was really the first one that I used as a true sinking fund for a holiday this year, and it was really great. And we saved money for Mother's Day. I just sent the $100 back to the bank for Father's Day gift, and I'm starting to use summer vacation and anniversary. I unstuffed. I gotta take off all the Sharpie on the back of these trackers, but I'm also going to take out 4th of July, and I'm going to reallocate it because we didn't use it. There's not a lot there, and I don't want this money sitting in there for a year. So I'm going to take $14 out of 4th of July and reallocate it to holidays that really need it. So we're going to start with back to school. So we have a total of, we have 137 plus the 14. That means we have $151 here, which is kind of an odd amount, but it'll work out, trust me. We're going to put 65 in back to school. 20, 30, 20, 40, 50, 65. I don't want to do it that way. Let's put it in fives. That's a lot. So 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. 65 going into back to school. And so we had 150 plus 45, so we had 195 in here already. Plus 65 will be $260? Do the math. Well, let's count and we'll find out. How about we do that? All right. Are these all there? Okay. All right. One of those aside. 50, 1, 20, 30, 50, 1, 20, 40, 50, 2, 10, 20, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. $260. My goal is $300, so I'm really close. We only got $40 more to go. I probably won't actually need all of that for back to school because he's going into 1st grade. So, you know, thinking about what I spent last year. I probably won't need all that, but it'll be nice to have just in case. And if I don't need it all, I'll keep it in here for other school expenses. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. All right. There we go. Drop that off a little bit. Next, we're going to put $80 in Christmas. So we've got 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80 in Christmas. So that means we have oops, I keep knocking the camera. Put one of those 50s aside. We've got 152. Sorry about that. We've got 152, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 3, 350. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. $360 in Christmas. We're a bit behind on Christmas, but you know what? That's okay. It'll be okay. I've got some plans for some Christmas challenges that I'm going to do that are specific for Christmas. So we did $80 in Christmas, so I need to do 8 of these little bulbs. Okay, so that's 8, right? Yeah. All right, and then last we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is what I expected. We're going to put that in Halloween because it'll work out that way, because each one of these little ghosties is 3, and you know, Halloween needs some love too. So we're going to put 6 in there, and we're going to do some little blue ghosty. Okay, sorry I cut out there. My husband was stomping around up there and it just got super loud. All right, so that is my special occasions binder. I think I have 2 of these on my Etsy shop right now. Yeah, go check it out. I'll link it in the description below. Finally, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is I am hopping on the CD ladder train. I'm climbing the CD ladder. I'm getting everything mixed up, all my metaphors mixed up. Anyway, I've decided to do the CD ladder. This comes from Debt Free Jessie, and I've seen a number of other YouTube budgeters do this as well, and I thought it sounded like an interesting thing to do, so I did it. I didn't save any extra money for it. I had $250 saved in, you know, in a high yield savings account allocated toward emergency. It's not my emergency fund, like our mega emergency fund is somewhere safe and happy, but I was building up kind of a secondary emergency fund, and so I decided I was going to move that $250 to start my July CD ladder. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I haven't actually written out the goals for this yet. I think I'm going to stick with 1,500. And, oh, that cat. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 1,500 divided by 25 equals 60. So each of these has to be $60. So, of course, I couldn't do a nice round number, huh? divided by 60 equals, I can fill in 4 and just a tiny little bit. So let's do that. All right, so I filled in and then just a little bit on the edge of one of those for the 250, and oh, it bled through a little bit. I did a deposit. I started with 0 and I deposited 250. And so now I have 250. And I did that on 7/2/23. Okay, so that is the start of my CD ladder. Thank you to Debt Free Jessie for creating these trackers. You can find this on her Etsy shop, and she's got, you know, she's got the full year worth of CD ladder sheets. And also thank you to her for explaining the whole process and, you know, kind of the reasoning behind it. I've looked into CDs before, but the interest rates were so dismal that I was like, it's just not worth it. But the CD interest rate for a 12-month CD through one of the banks that I use was 4.5%. So that's pretty good. That's very good, actually. So yeah, we will see if I have the follow through to continue doing this. If I don't, but you know, the money's there. It's all about saving money. If I don't end up doing a full year's worth of CD ladder accounts, I still have the money saved, which that sounds like a win either way, right? All right, but I'll do my best to keep up with it, because yeah, I tend to be very scattered. That is it for this week's check-in and update, cash stuffing, all of that jazz. Thank you so much for spending all this time with me. If you haven't yet and you'd like to, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and you'll see more of my content. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And if you have something you want to say to me, stick it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see you next time.